It's tremendously powerful.
The response has been phenomenal.
It's a wake-up call, a visual realization.
It's a prayer. It's a portrayal.
People are just embracing it.
There needs to be more than one way to convey this story, this message of the Passion of Christ.
It astounds me how effective it is.
It still sends goosebumps up my arm because it didn't hit me until then.
We need people to understand what it is we see that's going on at Mass every Sunday, every day, that we take for granted.
It really does take you back in time and make you imagine what it was like to be Jesus.
You feel as if you were right there in the moment.
You're surrounded by images, and it really throws you into the middle of it like nothing else can.
And I think that's part of the reason why it touches people so much, is because they can live in it.
As people say, oh, when's your performance? It's not a performance, it's a ministry.
And it is a great responsibility for all of us.
There's a lot riding on it because there's a lot of people who are going to be touched by this presentation.
There's so much good that will come from this. And so sharing that vision makes it really a beautiful prayer.
People really get it because they feel as if they've witnessed Calvary.
It opens the gospel directly in front of you.
Do you believe in me? And in the words I say, and in Him who sent me from above? Do you believe in my love? This is my body broken for you. Never forget what I've done. This is my blood shed for you. This is what makes us one.
And then we see Jesus at the Last Supper right there on the altar saying the same words. There is that connection.
In the garden, Satan was there telling Christ, you don't have to do this. This is too much for you. It'll be okay if you don't. And he knew that in trusting his Father, he could overcome it.
No other way. Is there a way that you can see to let this cup pass from me? But even as I say these words, deep in my heart, your voice I heard.
And of course, after that scene is when the action starts with the arrest and the trials and the crucifixion.
Wait here. The man I kiss is the one you want. Arrest him. In a nutshell, it was Judas thinking he knew better than Jesus. And how many of us do the same thing?
Judas, would you betray me with a kiss?
Judas, he betrayed the master. He did it so he could explain himself. They'll listen to him.
So I've been praying to Peter and praying to the Holy Spirit that please help me understand, Peter, what your role was.
You're mistaken. I am not.
And how you felt when you betrayed the Lord.
This man is a Galilean.
My friend, I do not know what you are talking about.
It opens the gospel directly in front of you, and you are faced with nothing but, what do I do with this?
So they took Jesus, and carrying the cross himself, he went out to what is called the place of the skull, in Hebrew, Golgotha.
I have a couple sons myself, and I use that kind of as the thing of What would happen if I had to face them giving their life for the betterment of everybody?
To die upon the cross, to be crucified, I came to pay the price for all mankind. So Father, please forgive them. With my last breath, I'm begging you, Father, please forgive them, for they know not what they do. When I was on the cross, I heard a young child's voice from the back of the room say, "I love you, Jesus."
The reason your dad is doing this is because he does love Jesus.
Michael Leiter's up there portraying Jesus dying on the cross, calling out to his Father, and it just hit me. This is really what happened, and he did this for me.
When I see it like this, I understand what's really going on, and I understand Christ's sacrifice in a way I never did before.
To see the kind of sacrifice that was made then for us, you can't put it in words.
One of the most exciting parts is when people say they get it.
You know, I've heard that story since I was a little girl, but it wasn't until I actually saw it performed like this that I got it.
It's a very good way to get involved in the church, involved in the parish.
And everybody plays a critical part. We couldn't do it without the people behind the scenes who are coordinating the lighting and coordinating the props and taking care of the makeup.
We all want to do what's best for the ministry.
Nobody wants to let anybody else down.
We also know we're like a family, so if you make a mistake, it's okay.
It's one team for the greater glory of God.
I'm doing this for God. I feel this is what He wants me to do, and I'm going to do my best to try and give Him the glory.
It's people coming to serve God in a very specific way.
No, there is no breath, no breath.
Hopefully, people will step forward and say, I hear God's call, and this is what I would like to do for the Lord. My goal in all of this is to duplicate what we have learned to make this a professional, prayerful presentation. We would like to be able to help other parishes do the same.
That's a common vision that is shared by the entire cast.
Imagine if just one parish in every state were to do what we were doing. That's why we put together the Living Stations of the Cross toolkit. It has everything you need to produce this powerful prayer in your parish.
She has that vision, that ability to see where this ministry can go. And every year, she's taken it to a new level.
That's a gift, and that came from God.
So if you feel that God is calling you to this ministry, you don't have to be a theatrical expert. We're here to help. You can change hearts and change lives by opening the gospel in a profound way this Easter through the Living Stations of the Cross.